I love that show personally. I just rewatched it with my son a couple of years ago. It was like, yeah, I didn't realize as a kid how great a show it actually was till I just rewatched it. Like I think it was like last fall or something like that. Yeah, it was super cool. But I'm still curious though, like with the prompt and everything, like what was it that stuck in your mind, like in terms of that show, or that the gargoyle would be the one? Like, was that just like your main idea, or did you have others? Or like, no, this is still a better one. I'm kind of curious because I still think I agree with you. There's a lot of stories. Well, there's a few stories I can think of where there are gargoyles, right, in urban fantasy, but they're not like a main character, not like in Gargoyle. So I'm kind of curious at how you really kind of like landed on his character in particular.
Yeah, I don't think for that because I did a couple anthologies in that series. I don't think I had other monsters really I
Oh,
came
cool.
up with ideas for. I think for some reason, as soon as I hit on the gargoyle, I was like, yeah, you never see gargoyles, man. I like gargoyles are
Yeah,
cool. Um,
yeah.
and I don't know, I guess I just really for some reason wanted to do, I've never done actually a private detective story before.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
so I just really wanted to do one. And I love the idea, I think, of the pairing a serious gargoyle with a kooky human girl. Most of my things are almost all female protagonists. This is basically like a dual protagonist with her and the gargoyle. But I usually write my female protagonists as very zany and kooky. And so I just love the idea. Like, for example, she's always like hugging him and he's like, what are you doing? I like don't like emotions. Um, stop doing that.
That's
So yeah, so I don't know. I guess I just, as soon as I came with that idea of like a very serious, proper gargoyle, I guess I just really liked it. And I was like, all right, this is what I'm doing. This is what the one I'm going to write. I'm going to pair him with the total opposite human
yeah.
girl, and they're going to have kooky adventures together.
That's awesome. I just love that because I never would have thought of a gargoyle being like stony and whatever and serious. But then the more you say it, I'm like, it just like totally fits like what I would think of the personality and very similar to our main character in Gargoyles. So I think that's a really cool way that you kind of took what people know and then tweaked it a little bit for your story. So I think that's just a really
Thank
great
you.
example of just making a tweak, right? A little twist to come up with a very interesting and unique characters. I think that's really awesome. In terms of oh, maybe I'm gonna wait on that one because I'm gonna ask that a little further on it. I'm curious that like like so you have these two characters. Oh, I know. Better way to ask it. So Ned was like kind of like your first like um part of the maybe like the world building, the story that you kind of had, right? And then Elena came after that.
I think so. I mean, definitely the gargoyle was the first concept,
Mm.
having a gargoyle character. It's been a while now because I did the short story and then I did a couple years of actually writing, expanding it out to a full book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I'm almost positive Elena came immediately after that. Because like I said, I always put a female protagonist in my stuff. That's why I like writing
yeah.
female characters. So I'm almost positive again that I think as soon as I came up with him, I'm like, well, he's got to have a partner, and it's going to be Elena. That's who it is. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of private detectives work alone, but I don't know. For me, I wanted them partners. Like, and I wanted that odd couple vibe where they played off each
Mm.
other.
Mm.
And had all these. I'm a heavy dialogue writer. Like that's my favorite part to write dialogue.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I am not a writer who intensely describes the look of every scene and stuff. And that's fine if you like to do that. That's just not my thing. I like getting right into the action. I like getting into the dialogue and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where a lot of my comedy comes from. Just again, these very different characters having these, back and forth like funny repartee, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel like that makes total sense if you like the comedy aspect. Like, why would you like? Where's the comedy really going to be, right? Like in terms of the
Right.
world
And
building.
it's describing the
Yeah,
desk or
yeah,
the building for a page or something, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. So I think that makes total sense. Because you do want to. I don't know, have you read like Malazan Book of the Fallen, like Stephen
No, I don't
Erickson?
know.
So I have to recommend to you, like even if you skip, but reading Tail and Bug, and it's Erickson writes multiple characters that play off each other. That it's supposed to be a very serious, like dark fantasy, like grimdark. And I was like just bust out gut laughing. And I'm like, my best friend and I were book clubbing the whole series, and we finished the main series and a couple extra books. And I'm like, where on earth? Like, I'm like, how can I figure out how to write characters that play off one another with the dialogue?